All right. What the fuck? All you can do is laugh. All you can do is laugh at the end of that game. That's all you can do at this point. You can just gotta laugh at the pathetic performance the Florida Gators just put up. Wow. Just absolutely wow. This team makes me so angry. You know what? They're just laughable. They're just laughable. Blake, I don't care what logic says. Fire Billy Napier. He's a terrible ass play caller. I'm going to say that. I said that before this season began. Well, I'm not going to say he was a terrible play caller. I just said, can we get just the head coach just to focus on everything, get an offensive coordinator? I don't like my head coach calling plays. I've never liked it, never have. I don't care if it's Florida, Jacksonville, NFL, I don't care. I've never liked my head coach calling plays. I have said that. People ridiculed me for it. This is the reason why. It's because of the pathetic nature of the Florida Gators right now, because they have a trash play caller. I'm not saying fire them. I'm not saying that. Before anybody takes me out of context, I'm not saying fire him, but I'm saying fire him as the offensive play caller because he is trash at play calling. He has been trash. I'm tired of the trash play calling from his pathetic ass every single week. Oh my God. I mean, listen, those people that say, listen, I get it. They're going to say, well, it's not his players. It's not his players. It don't matter what players he's got with his trash play calling. I mean, they deserve to lose. Florida Gators deserve to lose. You can say the refs, you can say whatever. Florida deserved to lose that game. There was no fight. There was no heart. At the end of the game, I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what the hell Anthony Richardson was doing. They're lucky they even got to throw it in the end zone because he was short of the first down marker. So I don't understand for the life of me what Florida was doing for the most part of that game, especially play calling. Didn't get much better in the second half. Vanderbilt really was trying to get Florida back in the game. Florida had no shot at even trying to make a comeback. Vanderbilt throwing the ball when they were running it just fine, and they got picked off, I was like, okay, but it's just a pathetic performance. I've always said this, and I've said this numerous times. I do not like my head coach calling plays because they can't focus on everything. Look how bad the special teams is for the Florida Gators. They are atrocious. The special teams is god awful. I cannot. Oh my God! You have to be a good, great team. You have to be great in all three facets of the game. Florida's not good at any of them, so their special teams are special in a different way. Okay, their special teams are atrocious. The defense at times it was actually pretty good today. They were actually decent, but special teams is by God. It's another week of the special teams was just bad, and it's gone to the point for me. I'm just like, I've about had enough of the special teams. I've had enough of this crap of, I get Billy Napier wants to take control of everything. Well, he sucks at it. He sucks at calling plays. I don't care if it's his players, if it's the other players, if it's high school players. He can't call plays. His clock management is god awful. I know a lot of people are going to say fire Billy Napier. I'm not saying fire him as a head coach. I'm saying fire him as an offensive coordinator. Listen, there is no way Florida will even be competitive against Florida State if they play like this shit. There's no way. Y'all can trash me in the comments. I don't even know if people are. I'm just kind of going off a little bit, and maybe people are not, but that's just the way I feel. I feel like the head coach should be should have control over everything. He should oversee everything, not just one aspect. Because if that is not going right like it was, like the offense just wasn't really doing much today. And then you got the defense. They were getting like third down. I don't know what the hell was going on. I don't know what the hell was going on third down for defense. But it was bad. I got 47 people in the live. What's up, everyone? Y'all probably just as pissed off as me. It's frustrating. Frustrating. And just at the end, I'm so glad I didn't go live during at the end because I don't know what the hell that was. You had a chance at even trying something, but it's I just this is what I've seen all year, though. I've seen terrible play calling. Everyone, a lot of people were trying to say it wasn't Billy Napier. It's not his guys. Dude, I'm sorry. A 12-year-old who plays Madden knows on 3rd and 8 not to run it right in the middle of the freaking defense when you're not really getting much in the run game. So, I mean, come on now. I mean, I'm not getting paid $40 million, but common sense tells me not to do that. Okay? It's just frustrating. And, dude, I mean, listen, dude, I feel exactly like you, probably even worse. I'm trying to keep it together because I'm like, I don't want, like, it's a Saturday. It's like, it's 2 o'clock. I'm about to go have a decent day. I'm not going to let this performance that this team had no fire, man. I'm not going to let that bring me down. I'm just not. Watch Billy come out and say Vandy was more talented. That's the problem. See that, and that's the thing that people will say, "Hey, get Billy Napier's guys in, and they'll do better." Florida was already more talented than Vanderbilt today, and he still couldn't get the job done. This is late in the season. Inexcusable. I don't want to hear this shit of people saying that, oh, he gets his guys in. It's fucking Vanderbilt. It's fucking Vanderbilt. So I don't want to hear this shit. He lost. He got outcoached. He was terrible today on his fucking play calling. Damn it. I'm trying to watch what I'm saying. I'm trying to. Ashton G. What would you put? I have a friend playing in a high school playoff game next Friday night. Same time, as UF FSU, and I'm really thinking of going to watch my friend instead of the Florida game, dude. You may want to. I mean, Florida State has played well. I can't stand them. I don't like them. Okay, but I also understand I got to take my feelings of how I feel of another team out of it. Florida State, the way they have played, I get the people are going to say, well, they haven't played anybody. Well, fucking Vanderbilt. Florida just played Vanderbilt, okay? And they didn't look so good. Look at Texas A&M. Florida got a Texas A&M victory when half that team was sick, and they came out in the second half and had to get it done. They were losing in the halftime. So Florida is lucky they got 6 wins. They are 6-5. They have a losing record in the SEC. Listen, Billy Napier is the reason they lost today. You can say it's not. He is the reason they lost today because he has no idea what the hell he's doing as an offensive play caller. I mean, and people warned me, like the Louisiana Raging Cajuns people were saying that we're going to love him as a head coach, but a lot of people were warning me about his play calling. And it's to the point where I'm just getting sick of his play calling and his generic play calling. Like, I mean, for the love of God, can we get the wide receiver screen out the fucking playbook? I'm getting tired of seeing that damn play that goes for a yard. I'm tired of seeing that shit. Woo, woo. I'm getting heated right here. I'm just seeing the same shit. Uncle Lou said this dude was in over his head. I mean, the reason why he's in over his head is the biggest reason he's taking on so much. As an offensive play caller, you're only focused on one side, and the offense takes a lot away from everything else. So, he's taking all his attention away from look how bad the special teams is. Look how bad the defense was. Like, you're taking every If this guy is that good of a head coach, be good all around, all facets. Why do you think Nick Saban's been great over the years? Because he doesn't call just one side of the play of the ball. He focuses on all sides. Defense is his specialty, but he does all 3 facets of the freaking game. That's why Alabama. That's why teams like Kirby Smart. That's why they're dominant because their head coach focuses on all 3 sides of the ball. You have to be great at all 3 sides of the ball to be successful. If you're only wanting to focus on one side, this is what happens. Your special teams looks bad. Your defense will look bad. I'm just getting sick and tired of it that a head coach wants to be a play caller, okay, of any side. No, be a head coach. That's why you have an offensive coordinator. That's why you have a defensive coordinator. You have a special teams coordinator. Then you can look, okay, I can focus on right here on the offense. I can focus right here on the defense one day. No, you're only predicated. You're only focused on one side, and that side has not looked good. Whew, man, oh man. This is the moment shifting. I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna start reading some thing. Yeah, I told my wife it wasn't gonna be long because we got stuff to do. Napier, dive. Scare money don't make money. Yeah, man, I don't get it. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Scare money don't make money, and we're going to do a dive. I mean, Vanderbilt has done well all game against the run. And then look at Anthony Richardson. What did he even run? I mean, when he did run, it was actually good. I was like, oh my God, can you believe that actually works? And I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if Billy Napier didn't want him to run. I'm confused on that. Florida as a team, 21 carries for 45 yards. I mean, that all you had to show me was that rushing stat, and I knew Florida would lose. Yeah, any team's going to lose when you run like that. You have no run game. So what Vanderbilt wanted to do was make Anthony Richardson throw the ball. Anthony Richardson's stats look great. Hey, 25, 43, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. The one interception was just what could go wrong went wrong. But, I mean, Ventrell Miller, I mean, this game was absolutely what could go wrong, did go wrong. Ventrell Miller, questionable targeting. I don't think that was targeting, in my opinion. But now Ventrell Miller is going to be out for the first half of the Florida State game. So, you got your leader on the defense out. And, what's Florida going to do after a rolling Florida State team that's been, I mean, they're blowing people out right now. So, and Florida's got one of the worst, third down defenses. So, I mean, it's just it's going to be a bad week next week for me because I know too many Florida State people, and it's going to be bad. I can't trash talk. Like I can't. There's no way I can trash talk after this Vanderbilt game. There's absolutely no way. I can't do it, even though I want to. But there's just no way I can. AR throw over the goalpost on the last play. Dude, that summed it up. That summed up the whole game. Like, don't even give your guy a shot. And then in the flats, Montreal Johnson's right there wide open. He's throwing the ball 200 miles an hour. Listen, I'm not going to put the entire game on Anthony Richardson. I mean, his receivers really weren't helping him out very much. I feel like he's not really that leader. I mean, Florida over the years has been, I mean, we've had Tim Tebow, the lead, a leader. I mean, even before that, they had Chris Lee. So, I mean, there was leaders at the quarterback position. And, you just don't, you always see that fire from that quarterback. Or, I mean, look at Vanderbilt's quarterback today. I mean, he was firing them up. He was over there fist bumping Anthony Richardson. The only time I saw that is when he threw that big bomb. And then it was like, oh, now I can be happy. No, you got to keep that intensity up. Even when you throw a pick, if you do something, you got to get on the sideline, motivate your freaking team. And I just don't see that. So, and that's another issue I have is who's the leader on the offensive side? Who's that voice? Because it's not the quarterback. So, I mean, who is it? And it's just been an ongoing thing. And Vanderbilt has pretty much exposed it. I mean, Vanderbilt hasn't beat Florida since 1988. I don't, like I said, Billy Napier go to his press conference and say they were more talented. That is a terrible, terrible observation if you're wanting to say Vanderbilt has more talent because they do not. They do not. You got outcoached. I mean, you can say outmanned, but listen, you're making moves. I get, losing DeJuan Black. Now that's going to come into effect because now you got Ventrell Miller out. So you're going to be depleted at linebacker against Florida State. So bad game overall. There. Let me go into this. Let's see. Had anybody else noticed he can't take anything off his throws? He can't, man. Like he's trying to show off his arm strength. He's trash. Worst part is he thinks he's pro material. I mean, I think if I sit there and look at him, his talent, he's got the talent to be a professional quarterback. He doesn't have the stability. He doesn't have the confidence, in my opinion. He doesn't have all that at the next level, and he's missing a lot. Missing a lot as a professional quarterback. And people still may have him first round, and that's good though. Maybe he'll be a first round quarterback. Good luck to the team that's got him. He's definitely going to be a project. He's not going to be a day one starter whenever he comes in right now. So he's got the talent and got the mindset. I think that's perfectly worded. Perfectly worded. And, I mean, that quarterback, man, how many quarterbacks do you see? Go look at the top teams right now. even though I don't like him, Ohio State. Bryce Young at Alabama. Just go look at all the top quarterbacks, Hendon Hooker. What do they have? They have emotion. They lift up their team even when they're down. They go to their team. They go to the sideline. They're talking with their players. I don't see that from him. That's what Florida's missing on the offensive side. Defense, they have Ventrell Miller. I love Ventrell Miller. I hate it for him that he's going to miss the first half of the Florida State game. That sucks because he is the captain on the defensive side. And they're but that's on the defensive side. But of the entire team, that's just one side. But of the entire team, you want that quarterback to be it, and it's just not there. So let's see, TCU and Michigan, they are going to be destroyed if they make it to the playoff. TCU lost. I don't know if TCU ain't making it after that loss now. TCU ain't no way TCU's making the Final Four after they just lost. So right, I think it was TCU. I was trying to keep up with that and the game. Dejon Reynolds, if you want to talk about a bright spot, he did drop one in the end zone, but he came back and he almost dropped that one on fourth down. But he had 8 catches, 165, 2 touchdowns, that big 74-yard touchdown. Actually, I don't think one person has disagreed with me. I was actually worried, which I'm not going to say worried. I was like, man, there's going to be so many people that are going to be disagreeing with me. I'm like, man, I see this guy like on the sideline, like calling plays, and I just see everything. Not one person I don't think has disagreed with me that I've seen. Somebody just said that, and I think you're spot on with that. How's it going, Blake? It's not going good. Napier recruiting is amazing. We just need an offensive coordinator. I love Billy Napier as a recruiter, and he can be an amazing head coach overall. I just don't see him as an offensive play caller, in my opinion. AR first round practice player for Walmart, Blake. Simply AKG, man. Man, and you have been, yeah, man. You always, when you come on here, you speak facts. You always talk. Whenever you disagree with me, you'll tell me why you disagree with me, and it makes sense. And I'm like, maybe I am wrong, but man, this time you're like, this sucks. And Anthony Richardson just not him right now. Would it benefit him to come back another year? I think so. I'm okay if he actually goes. I'm all right with it. So wouldn't hurt my feelings. I wish him the best. I don't know if he'll get better. I don't know. He's got to change a lot of things. He's got to change his mindset. He's got to change his leadership. He's got to be a leader, and I just don't see that. I don't see that leader right now. Vanderbilt played well. Give them credit. You're absolutely right. Actually, the run game, dude, they stuffed up that run. They stuffed up the two-headed monster, Montrell Johnson, Trevor Etienne. They really did a great job. So I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from them. They played great. I mean, you saw. I mean, they did beat Kentucky last week. So you saw. It doesn't make me feel too bad. It still sucks that Vanderbilt hasn't beaten Florida since 1988, and it happens late in the season. Whenever, hey, y'all should have y'all's crap together at this point. So, Blake, any chance we beat FSU? Like even a little chance? I think there's a little chance, but not much. I'll give it like being realistic, a 12% chance. Losing Ventrell Miller really brings that down. Now the confidence level of the team is going to be shot. I just don't. I really don't see much of a chance. It's going to be in Tallahassee. Even if it was in Florida, I would say Florida would be the underdog. But the thing about FSU is their confidence level is huge. Now, I mean, you got one team on a high. I mean, they're blowing teams out, and Florida now just lost to Vanderbilt. The confidence level and the momentum is, I mean, apples to freaking steaks. It's not even close. I don't know. It's very aggravating. The game, how it went on, was aggravating because I'm like, all right, what kind of adjustments are we going to do? And it just seemed like, after that first drive, they took it down there and scored, but really there wasn't much else. Once they started throwing, Anthony Richardson had a couple of dimes, but I mean, still went to these basic run plays, wide receiver screens. I didn't really see many stretch plays. I would have liked to see some stretch plays, some zone plays, some zone reads for the running backs, and I really didn't see it. For your running backs to stretch that defense out rather than running right through the teeth of it. So, I felt like there was some things that Florida probably could have done in the run game a little better. But ultimately mistakes, especially on the defensive side, third down, really came back to haunt them. The muff punt on special teams, was Jason Marshall just trying to catch it, inside the 10. You're supposed to really let it go. You're not supposed to catch it once it goes inside the 10. Tries to do an over the shoulder catch. He's a corner. He shouldn't even have been going after that. Led to a touchdown in the first half. What could go wrong went wrong. Even the interception for Anthony Richardson that was luck. It was luck. It was unlucky for Florida, but it was lucky for Vanderbilt. A guy went to make a play and his arm went up under the ball and it popped right up. So, there was some things that went in Vanderbilt's way that were fortunate. The ball just bounced their way. But, the play calling did not help. The players that should step up in the big time when you need them, I felt like they needed more. I felt like they needed more on the ground. If Anthony Richardson's legs are his biggest attribute, he ran 4 times for 25 yards. At the end of the first half, Florida's losing 14-6. I'm like, oh, but he had no carries. That's a problem. Why? He's not hurt. There's no way. You're not going to spin it and tell me he's hurt. He looks fine. He looks fine. He was running. He ran that 15-yard run play. He looked fine to me. So, it was definitely aggravating to watch the game and just like, listen, I get I'm not making $40 million a year and I'm not this big-time coach like Billy Napier. But a lot of times I know I get common sense. And sometimes I think a lot of these coaches go into analytics and go into all this stuff and they take away from the feel of the game. I believe that's a big problem with a lot of coaches now. They're big into analytics. Everyone wants to go to analytics. They don't just focus on the game and go, okay, what's the feel of the game rather than the analytics. I think everyone goes with analytics now. And it's definitely aggravating. So, Blake, the excuse is it was cold. I guess if you want to go there, it's cold here. But doesn't stop me from doing my job, I guess. Hope AR leaves. I wouldn't let Billy pet my dog right now. Simply, that's pretty funny. Blake, the only thing you should be talking about is staff changes. This loss was on Napier and not the team. And I agree with you. And I believe he should put that on him. Listen, he has made moves. He has made the moves of getting rid of Brenton Cox, which I think was a great move if, he's a cancer to the locker room. The DeJuan Black one kind of shocked me. I don't know what happened there. What's up, High Top Sports? Oh, man, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's not good. Let's see. AR has no heart. Let's see. You end up out-coaching yourself. I really do. I think if people go into analytics so much, they literally take away what they've learned over the years of how the games are going. And I feel like Billy Napier is a guy that goes a lot on analytics. I feel like a lot of coaches do it, and they just, I don't know. I feel like analytics have almost kind of ruined some of the play calling. And I think some of these coaches, some of these great coaches, I don't think go into analytics too much. They want to know how the game is going, how the feel of the game is going, to understand how they want to call plays. So, let's see, Blake getting on High Top Sports live stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'm already mad right now, and I don't know if I could talk much more Florida after this. I'm headed to the ER for a triple bypass. Dude, I just wanted, I want to see people's reaction. I'm glad I didn't film myself. I want to know what people's initial reaction to the final play of the game. I didn't even think Florida should have been able to get another playoff. I thought they were short of the first down. But your quarterback doesn't even give them a shot. I don't even know how far that went out of the end zone. I want to know how far that went outside of the end zone. Don't even give your guys a shot. Oh, I was so mad when we lost to Vandy, but it's just amusing to me now. It is what it is. I was so mad. I was pissed, but I think I've calmed down. This is like therapy to me. Talking it out, talking with you guys. This is therapy to me. It's my therapy session. Oh, let's see. He was showing Malik how to make a field goal. That was funny. Oh my God. You talk about somebody that had the worst missed extra point I've ever seen. I mean, that was I there when that that was actually pretty good. I thought that was damn, that was good. You got me. Dude, whenever that happened, my initial thought was, dude, somebody's got money on this game. I was like, how do you miss an extra point that bad? I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was really bad. But hey, you know what? If he's showing them how to make a field goal, hey, I mean, he did. He did a great job of it. AR sucks. That was actually pretty good though. Oh, let's see. I was about to type that AR showing the kicking game. Brian Carter, he beat you to it. Let's see. We're not mad anymore. We're laughing because it's so sad. That's all you could do. That's all you can do. Oh, Uncle Lou's gonna have a field day. I'm starting to know his videos a little more. I mean, I don't blame him. So Whittemore couldn't beat out Bowman. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, a guy that's been there for a while. I don't. Fishing football. I'm still mad. Georgia lost to Vandy in 2016, and look where they are now. Brighter days ahead. If you want to look at it like that, yeah, uh, yeah, that's a good point. Right now, I don't want to hear that point, but it's a good point. Losing to Vanderbilt, we haven't lost to them since 1988. I wasn't even born. I was born in '89, and I mean, Jesus Christ. Let's see. We fire coaches too often, though. No, 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 no. Listen, a lot of people are gonna say fire Billy Napier right now. The only way I'll say of firing him is fire him as the offensive play caller. I'm not gonna say that. You can't keep doing a carousel of head coaches because it won't work out. It won't work out because big time coaches will not come to the University of Florida if they see that you're flip flopping head coaches every 2 to 3 years. You gotta let them. You gotta let them recruit. You gotta let them bring in the guys and have a full class before you start to analyze and go, okay, we gotta get rid of the guy. I'm still gonna have a calmer head when it comes to that. I can say he still sucks as a play caller, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for years to come. Okay? I can't sit here and say fire him right now. Everyone wants to say that because, of course, everyone's pissed off right now, rightfully so. Should not have lost to Vanderbilt. Florida's way more talented than Vanderbilt. I don't care what anybody has to say. Florida should not have lost to them. I don't care if it's with the interim head coach, if it's with a first-year head coach. You shouldn't lose to Vanderbilt. So, Vanderbilt's 4-6. They did upset Kentucky, but I don't care. Florida should not lose to Vanderbilt. No ifs, ands, and buts. So, but I'm not going to sit here and say fire Billy Napier. I'm not going to do that. I won't do that. I'm not going to taint, the reputation that Florida has gotten over the years, of, oh, man, we should just fire him after not even a full season. So I can't say that. So, Steve Spurrier for play calling, I am all for that, though. Woo, bring back the running gun, baby. Oh, my God, that would be amazing. Blake, you're a young man. I'm an old man. Am I? I feel old every now and then. I don't know. I mean, I'm 33, so, but I see. And maybe back whenever it was probably 10 years ago, if I'm in my 20s, I'm saying, fire this mother. I'm saying, fire him. And now that I understand how you build a team, how you build a program, it's through bumps and bruises, and that comes, it comes with the territory. It comes with I guess the problems that you got whenever you already had a bad season the previous year, and you bring in a first-year head coach who was in the Sun Belt. I always hear the Sun Belt Billy jokes, but he was in the Sun Belt, so going from the Sun Belt to the SEC is a big jump. So I'm not going to say fire him. I know a lot of people will, and a lot of people on Twitter were doing that during the game. But I'm sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna have a calmer head when it comes to that, and I'm gonna be, I'm gonna give him a couple years before I even start to think about firing him as a head coach. But I am saying fire him as an offensive coordinator, play caller. I just don't like that. So let's see, Mason Holloway, hey, 199 donation. I appreciate it, man. I need it. It makes me feel a little better. See, I'm so sick of Billy Napier, the ups and downs. You look at it. Florida was 4-4, and then the previous 2 weeks, it was like, oh man, okay, we're doing something, and then you just lay up pretty much a goose egg. I mean, the first half couldn't have gone any worse. I feel like for all around, defense played well, but then defense on third down. I mean, they showed. Listen, defense has been playing better, but they're still the one of, if not, I think they're the worst third down defense in college football, and it just shows they cannot get off the field on third down, and it's going to be a problem next week. And missing your captain leader in the first half, Ventrell Miller, that sucks. I didn't agree with the targeting call. I mean, you got two guys running. He's not a defensive player. I thought he hit him on his shoulder. Still kind of bummed out about that. I thought that was a BS call. In my opinion, targeting was like, really? Like, I get he put his head down, but it didn't hit his. It didn't seem like he made complete contact with his head or neck area. I don't know. It just seemed kind of like, man, can you not even hit in college football anymore? Like, I don't know. That play kind of pissed me off. I was like, that was one of the. Now that to me was one of the decisions of the refs that I'm like, okay, now come on, are we kidding? Are we freaking kidding here? So yeah, I want to see Blake and Shelton together on High Tops live stream tomorrow. We'll see. Well, I might get up with them on Twitter. I'll message them and see. I'll probably go off. Hey, does he cuss on his? Because I'm gonna rewatch the game and I'm gonna see if what I say. I'm probably gonna say the same stuff, but I'll try to watch what I say. But but I'll rewatch the game. I'll look at it and see what I missed. Maybe there's stuff I missed during the game. So, Lee, I'm just. It is laughable at this point. It's like, golly. You know what? The only bright spot I can say is at least Florida is bowl eligible right now. I mean, at least they're bowl eligible. We're not going to miss a bowl game. At least we'll have another game to see. That's the only positive I can bring out of today. Dejon Reynolds had a big game, but I can't really say much. I mean, losing 31-24 to Vanderbilt just stings. It sucks. Vanderbilt's always played Florida strong, but Florida's always found a way to win. But yeah, it sucks. So. Oh, I found this channel. Come take out my anger with other Gators. Great job, man. This is where you come. Just let it all out and then enjoy the rest of your day. Try to. I'm probably going to put on well, actually, I got a sweater. I don't have, they don't make sweaters or hoodies for big guys like me. So I don't have a Florida Gator hoodie. I can't find them in 2XLT. I don't know why. They don't like fat guys or big guys wearing them. But let's see, James Giles, toilet bowl eligible because we play like shit. That's pretty good. Let's see, just got to give Billy time. I still believe in him. I'm going to give him the time. I just think the offensive play calling, I really think he needs to. I mean, I've never liked a head coach, my head coach of whatever it is. I'm a Jacksonville fan. Doug Peterson, I think he calls most of the plays, and I really don't like it. I don't like it even with my NFL team, and I just don't like it. I like to have my head coach focused on the entire roster, the entire, of all three facets of the game. And will he do that? I don't think he will. But I would like to see him get an offensive play caller, in and really change that up, man. It's a lot different in the SEC, man. You can. It's like quicksand, man. Once you start going in it, you try to get yourself out, man. You're going to keep sinking and sinking, So hopefully things get corrected. Fire Patrick Toney and Rob Sale. I keep seeing that a lot. I feel like And this is where I go. I actually don't mind Patrick Toney, what he's done in the past couple of weeks. Now, for the year, it's been bad, but man, there's been a lot of times where, like today, I love Ventrell Miller. He is not the greatest cover linebacker. Let's just be honest. Amari Burney, I mean, holding a guy, which he shouldn't even been doing. It was on the opposite side of the field. Should that have played? Should it have been called? I don't know. But you know, I feel like the guys are in position most of the time. I just think the defensive players just make a boneheaded mistake. So I mean, I like what he has done up to this point. I actually like it. So, or what Patrick Toney has made, like the adjustments he's made. Man, there was 8 straight quarters. The Florida Gator defense didn't give up a single point. You got to give him at least a little credit right there. I mean, that's I don't care. You're playing D1 players to give up 8 quarters and not a single point on defense is pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, he has looked bad throughout the year. Today, I mean, you got to think there was 14 points you can credit right to special teams and offense. Special teams gave up 7 on a muff punt. Anthony Richardson throws an interception, which I can't say it's on him, but I mean, gives the great defense, gives the offense for Vanderbilt great field position. So I mean, they gave up really 24, but a short field on one. Florida Gators really couldn't get down on get off the field on third down. I can't put a lot of that on Patrick Toney. So I really can't do that in this game, but I can put the blame on the offensive play calling because you weren't sustaining drives. You would get some big plays here and there, but there was no really sustainability on drives other than coming out in the second half. They had that long 11 or 12 play drive, but let's see. O-line got whooped, and man, what was our center thinking, tackling 3 guys after the play, taking away a 20-yard run? I mean, but here's the other simple stuff that Florida missed out on too. Is and I do gotta go. It's 37 minutes. I do gotta get out of here. My wife's waiting on me. The alignment. Montreal Johnson had a big run. It was going to give him first down and goal. It was going to be first and goal, and a illegal procedure penalty brings them back 5 yards, and that was a 20-something yard run. And simple things like that, but that is also you got injuries at the wide receiver position. Ty Bowman's in the game. You would think a guy like maybe Whittemore, if he was in the game, wouldn't make that mistake because he's been with the offense. He's been playing in college football. So it's just like little things here and there really did hurt Florida in the game. Defense, it just untimely penalties. So AR can't read a defense. Yeah, he also can't throw a touch pass to save his life. Vandy has the worst run D in the SEC, and we try to throw the ball. And look where it went out. Hey, I mean, the games that Anthony Richardson has thrown for over 400 yards, I want to know his overall record. The games that come to mind, Tennessee, and now Vanderbilt, and 0-2 in those 2 games. So I said we just got to calm down and win next week. If Florida can win next weekend, I would forgive this Vanderbilt game. 1,000% I would forgive it. I'd be like, hey man, you're good. As long as you can beat Florida State, I'm good. I'm cool. I would actually 1,000%. If you told me if we had to lose to Vanderbilt to beat FSU, I would actually take it. Now, that's in an alternate universe, but, will that happen? We'll see. And maybe they were just focused on Florida State next week. Maybe I can credit to that. I don't know. Imagine losing to Vandy. Shut up. Thank you, Mags. Let's see. Some of the greatest coaches started like this in year 1. You saw most of that potential, but yeah, some. Very few, but some. FSU will destroy UF. Gators have checked out. I don't think they've checked out. I just think, I don't see what I saw last year. Last year was totally different. Last year, that team checked out about 4 games left in the season. So, thumbnail is misleading. Florida lost to Vandy 34-17. To be honest with you, I made the thumbnail, and I'll probably change it. I made the thumbnail. You're talking about I thought they lost 31-20. Florida lost to Vandy. Oh, in 2013. Oh, it is misleading because it was at home or on their turf. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to change that. But that's what I meant to say was so yeah. But I made that pretty quick. I was so pissed. I was just like, "Argh." We just played with no discipline. Absolutely. I'm so tired of hearing that. Y'all need to check your brains. Fire Billy Napier. That hearing that. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. First time we lost at Vandy. Yeah, and so I think since 1988. I think so. Yeah, and I think we lost them once or twice. 2013, and then there was another one. I can't even remember. It's been so long. Reynolds had a big game. He did. Ty Bowman has potential. I really like him. He was like a no-star or two-star receiver out of JUCO. Pretty good. Seems like they were trying to showcase Anthony to the scouts by throwing most of the first half. I actually think the same. It's like they were trying to show his NFL potential arm. So really do. I agree with that. So, but yeah, I don't know where my head was going on the Vanderbilt. It has been a minute since Vanderbilt beat Florida, but I forgot they actually lost to them in 2013. And there might be another one. I can't remember. I don't know. It's been a minute. See, had a little momentum and shit it down the toilet. See, I love y'all, but Napier ain't the guy. Oh, you have shorts. You changed your name to hashtag Fire Billy Napier. Oh man. Let's see. Do you think this game will produce decommits? I do not. Did see some guys, some commits on Twitter. Trayon Webb was talking about what the hell is going on. That kind of was like, oh, come on, man, don't don't do that. But I really don't think it will. I think Florida's played well up for the past couple of weeks. I think to consistently stay with the commits they got. So I don't feel like they'll lose any because of today. It won't help gaining any, but I don't think the ones that are already committed they'll leave because of this. So Billy can recruit, that's for sure. You're 1,000% right. Billy Napier team played FSU today. They did. His old Louisiana Raging Cajuns team. Let's see. Kevin Hurley, you're just jealous Florida can't be like LSU. Well, we'll see. But let's see. If Reynolds catches the first pass on the second to last drive, we have a better chance. Yeah. Like I said, you could, the receivers weren't really helping Richardson out the greatest. There was a lot of drops today. So, it was what could go wrong went wrong today. A lot. A lot of it was out of Florida. I mean, it's just Vanderbilt was making plays, and I think Vanderbilt realized that they could utilize their tight end on the Florida Gators linebackers, and you saw with success, Wright, the Vanderbilt quarterback, was having success throwing to his tight ends. He threw like back-to-back touchdowns to his tight end, and Florida has been notorious for not really covering tight ends this year, and it was going to be a problem entering the season. So let's see, 30 rushing yards is embarrassing, really was. Credit to Vanderbilt. I will say, doesn't help that the play calling was not the greatest, and we're going back to these, and I hate to say it, these Dan Mullen rushing attempts. 11 for Montrell Johnson, 4 for Richardson, 4 for ETN. I get you couldn't get much on the ground, but I really felt like you're running right to the teeth of the defense and it wasn't working. You're going right. You're not getting no stretch plays, no zone plays. Richardson was not pulling the ball for whatever reason. He would just hand it to his guys going right through the teeth of the defense. When they did bust a big play, they had a penalty. So, it sucked. I would have liked to see the running backs maybe get some more. How many catches did they have? Trevor Etienne had one. Montrell Johnson had one, could have had a couple, but Richardson loves to throw them bullet passes, and these running backs aren't going very far downfield. So, if you want to do these dump plays or running back screens, where are the running back screens? I think Florida's the only team that does not like running back screens, but we love the hell out of wide receiver screens. Love them. I don't know why. They don't really do much, but Raging Cajun can beat UF right now. I can't even argue that. Then call, design, quarterback runs. Play calling sucks. I agree with that. Call, design, quarterback runs. have ETN blocking for him, use him as a blocker. It has worked before, and I don't understand why. So, Blake, I just committed to LSU. Respect my decision. No! Why? No, you can't do that. Shitty game plan. All of a sudden, AR is a drop back passer, run the freaking ball. I don't get it. I don't know if they were trying to do that for scouts, and it kind of makes sense. But really, to me, it really didn't show much that I haven't seen. It seems like he's a guy that doesn't want to run. So, now the NFL is going to these scrambling quarterbacks, and whenever he did at the end of the game, he ran one. I'm like, dude, look, you could have been doing that all game. But, he had some good throws that were dropped. He also had some bad throws that were like questionable. So, he is an inconsistent thrower. So, but I see what scouts are saying. I mean, the arm talent, how he flicks the wrist. I feel like though there's things that he can't do. He can't make a touch pass. He can't whenever there's a guy 6 yards away. He just can't dump it off to him. Just do a little flick of the wrist, take some heat off of it. He just can't. I don't know why. And it's frustrating. Let's see, Rashada going back to Miami after seeing this. I feel like he's looking like, man, even if he comes back, I got a shot to beat him out. So Billy with the badass play calling. See, this is McElwain crap, and I'm not even surprised. Ooh, I just hope we finish with a winning record. I mean, you got Florida State, and then you're going to have the bowl game. So we'll see. At least out BB team, our basketball team beat FSU. That's right. Last night, Florida came back in the second half. They made great second half adjustments. Todd Golden got the victory to send Florida State 0-4 in basketball right now. That was great. That's the positive I'm going to keep today. There we go. I like that. Well, let's be real. 24 points should be enough to beat Vandy. This defense sucks. Well, okay, but the defense really didn't give up 24. Remember, the special teams gave up 7, and then Anthony Richardson had an interception right at the 20-yard line. So really, that's 14 points right there that Vanderbilt got off of turnovers. So, and that wasn't even to the defense. So, I can't put it all on the defense. The defense was put in bad situations at times. So, but like I said, special teams 7 points, boom, right there. You can't put that on the defense. So let's see, bring the paper bag back, Blake Mullen style, bro. I tell you what, depends on how that Florida State game goes. I may. Now you think about it, I may. I know I kept it. I think I got it put up. Let's see. We all know we're never hearing the end of this from other fan bases. You're not. You might as well go ahead and get used to it. I don't care what fan base it is. UCF, you're not really going to hear much from them. They got beat today, so at least we'll be off the hook from them. So they let Vandy drain the clock. Really, Vanderbilt let Florida come back into the game when they threw that pass when they were running the ball very well. So I didn't understand why they even threw it. Jason Marshall, the one play he did make, he came up with an interception and gave the ball back to Florida with they were down 10. So, Vanderbilt was trying to give the game back to Florida. Let's see. I can't decide what is funnier, this or Texas A&M 4-8. Texas A&M, dude. That Texas A&M had high hopes. Remember, Florida didn't really have high hopes. Texas A&M was the number 6 ranked team in the country preseason. They won't even make a bowl game. That's pretty bad. So let's see. Why does Billy keep all his timeouts before every halftime when he could score or get 3 points? It's a mystery. I keep saying it all year. Don't understand it. More Gator fans in the stands than Vandy fans, and still couldn't. And I saw a lot, man. There was a lot. We lose to Vanderbilt every 25 years. It happens. So why do we choose to start scoring in the last quarter? Why not? Makes it more fun. We can't even talk trash to Kentucky. Can't do it. They lost to Vanderbilt. Actually, they lost to them at least in last second fashion. Florida was pretty much beat. So it was just a bad game and poor execution. You're right. Let's see. Michael Naismith, Patrick Tony's defense has killed us all season. This ain't the Sun Belt. Can't keep 5 DBs against running teams. Got to make the proper adjustments. get more linebackers on the field. The linebackers, Florida entering the season was going to be short at the linebacker position. They were going to. It was a big question mark in my opinion. The leaders, or the leaders at the linebacker position, you had, of course, Ventrell Miller, Amari Burney, but they are not great cover linebackers. So going into the season, I even said it. I said that they're going to be a poor group at the linebacker position covering tight ends, and that showed the first game against Utah. Utah tight end lit them up. So let's see. Locked on Gators dude said we need a passing game coordinator. Agree. I agree. Yeah. I mean, and I actually thought people were going to disagree with me. I was like, man, he needs to have a freaking passing. He needs to have an offensive coordinator, a passing game coordinator, anything that can help out what's going on right now, especially going into next season. Because what he has done this season, if a guy like Anthony Richardson is the first round talent in the NFL, scouts see it. I don't, but Billy Napier is doing something wrong. So, and maybe his development has been hampered by it. So, but I would agree that, passing game coordinator, offensive coordinator, definitely needs to be addressed in the offseason. You can't do it now. I mean, with only 2 games left, it's pointless at this point. See, coaches screwed this game up. Agree. And he needs a special teams coach. Dude, whoever coaches special teams needs to just, they never need to coach special teams again. Florida should never take out a kickoff out of the end zone, ever. They're always getting flagged. Let's see. Todd defense was actually better than Tony. I don't know if Todd Grantham's defense ever had 8 quarters where they didn't give up any points to any team. I mean, I don't know. I felt like Patrick Tony at least got off a little bit of a hot seat with me from what he did in the previous couple of games. I can't put this all on him because offense and special teams put the defense in bad situations. See, how did we even look so bad today? It's just terrible game plan. See, Billy clearly needs to stop watching Corn. He has brain fog. See, is Anthony just not a good quarterback? His accuracy is man. It'll be either spot on. He had a couple of great throws, pinpoint accuracy, and then all of a sudden he's throwing some that's in the dirt on the ground. So very confusing. But the team wasn't prepared. This loss was on the staff. Here's my thinking. I feel like possibly, and this is where I'm going to end it right here because I do got to go. Florida was focused on Florida State next week, and I bet they thought they had Vanderbilt. So they were focusing on Florida State next week. And they should be focusing on Florida State right away. Florida State looks good. They're going to need everything they got against Florida State, and then some. But losing Ventrell Miller for the first half sucks. Let's see. Got to get special teams right. Got to. I want LSU Florida to be continued when OU and Texas come to the conference, our annual punching bag. Let's see. I hope you're right, Blake. I hope I am too. I'm kind of just thinking that's my mindset right now. That's what it was. See, it wasn't the pass game. It was more of not letting AR play some ball. I don't understand that. See, I'm as pissed as you, bud. It sucks. But I'm gonna get out of here because I do got to go. I got to take a trip real quick, and I got to get some clothes on because it's cold outside for me. I'm a Florida boy, so when it gets in the 60s, I start getting a hoodie on. So could have been 8-4, now looking like 6-6. You're right. We need to get more linebackers. Hopefully that will be addressed in recruiting. It has a little bit. So, but hey guys, as always, I'm gonna get out of here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna reanalyze the game and maybe I'll find something else that I didn't see making this live. But hey, as always, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. And go Gators, even though it sucked. Florida drops 6-5 on the season. Headed to Tallahassee next week to play Florida State. All right, guys, y'all have a good one. Have a great day. Don't let this game get you all bent out of shape. Still have a good day. Let's watch some good college football. There's still some good college football to watch. So y'all have a good one. I appreciate y'all. Oh.